Now go away. Hey, you. Yes, I'm talking to you. You deserve a break. Enjoy a moment of indulgence. It's time for Zanna Coffee. Guilt-free pleasure. Zanna Coffee is the organic coffee to amplify your senses and enhance love for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Only the best organic and GMO-free coffee beans from around the world that I selected. Zanna Coffee brings you happiness in every cup. Fair trade certified, sustainable organic coffee. That means we do not use slaves. Free Zanna songs with every coffee bag. Find Zanna Coffee at www.zannacoffee.com www.zannacoffee.com. Get your coffee bag now. Don't be cheap. Life is too short and you deserve the best. Zanna Coffee. Here we go, guys. You're listening to Love, Guns and Freedom. We'll look at Zanna on K-Talks 1340 AM. Guess what? I really enjoy broadcasting from different locations. Today I am in pretty much, it's not even a car. I think this is almost more expensive than many homes I know. I am in a Maserati in Havasu. Of course, it's not mine, so don't get excited. But it's a friend of mine that also we work together on projects and ideas. And his name is Ed Mack from E3 Arms, Plum Crazy Generation 2. Now, Ed, how are you, first of all?
I'm good.
Okay, now, 1 second only, because meanwhile, we are here in this very interesting piece of art and steel and leather and a lot of interesting things. But how exactly is called this car?
It's a Maserati Grand Turismo Sport.
Okay. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this, this is pretty much for me the concept of freedom. We can start going if you want to, by the way. As I said, differently from systems like normally we think they don't belong to us, but unfortunately it's already here, called socialism or collectivism or communism or any type of form of government that somehow claims ownership of other people's work, okay? I really realize that even America, in my opinion, is a communist country, or at least we have a lot of socialism inbred already in the system, not just today, not just with Obama. It happened a long time ago. And I'll prove it to you how. For example, how much did you pay for this car?
I don't want to say it over the radio.
Okay, you don't have to, but anyway, it's a public fact, okay? This is not a secret. A Maserati like that, go check it out. It's for sure more than the average, let's say, condo in the area here, and let's say $150,000, $140,000. Okay, that's a fact. Now, if you remember Karl Marx, when in his Communist Manifesto, he started to create the idea that we must have this sort of a progressive income tax. Okay, that means more you earn, more you should pay. That's called Communism 101. And unfortunately, it is already here in our system. Not just in our income tax that we already can see that, but also when we have down to property. And for me, like for example, a car is a private property. And I find very disgusting the idea that like property taxes, not just when you buy the house or you buy the car the first time, but every year that you somehow claim ownership of this piece of property, in this case the car, you had to pay the registration fee. That would be just wrong, bad enough, because you pay once, that would be enough. And people say, by the way, how do we pay for the roads? It's called the sale tax of your gasoline, okay? Just to let you know, guys. But my point is now, the focus is how much they charge you for different type of car, and more important, more the car is expensive and more they make you suffer and pay because they think they must punish you. That's for me what is wrong. I mean, if we are really all equals, I don't think that somebody should be punished just because he's able to afford a car that is more than the average. So now let's go to the question. How much did you pay for the registration fee for you, Maserati, Mr. Ed Mack?
Let's just say it was a few $1,000s, and that's about it. This guy is going to go for it.
So a few $1,000, it could be 1,000, could be 2,000, maybe 5,000. Just give us an idea. I mean, it's pretty much public record anyway.
What was the question again?
How much for registration for this monster of a car?
It was it was up there. Let's just say that.
Almost 5,000. Can we say that?
No, it was under 5,000.
5,000.
No, it was under 5,000.
Okay, under 4,000.
I don't want to throw the money in,
Okay.
the people calculate it.
Okay, whatever. It's few $1,000s for a car. Now, this is still a car, okay? Can be expensive, can be made in Italy, whatever you want to call it. But it's a car. Somebody was able to pay for the first time because, whatever it is, he had the money. I don't care how, it's their business, okay? Honestly, I'm happy. When people has money, I'm very happy. Because it means, first of all, money, it's like a contagious thing. If people has money, normally people spend money, especially in our community. So it's a good thing. And that's exactly for me the difference between socialism and free market capitalism. Because socialism, everybody's jealous and they try to punish you when you have more than they have. And everybody's going to be miserable anyway. Free market capitalism, I always say, great, I am happy that my fellow neighbor is making money because guess what? We all gonna somehow indirectly have a benefit out of that. But more important, regardless, I'm glad for him because probably he found a way to work hard and to make their money, okay? So that's the point. I found a very unjust concept that somebody must be somehow punished or must pay this sort of registration fee that is not just once when you buy the car, but it's every year. So that's scary. That's worse than the rent. I mean, reminds me exactly about the property tax that I completely find dictatorial and socialist. I mean, what do you think about property tax? Do we need it for the children, or maybe it is a form of coercion from the government, Mr. Ed?
Well, property tax, I think they can get money out of different... No, because you know what? If you own your piece of property, you should own it free and clear. If you don't pay the tax, they come and take it away.
Exactly.
I don't believe in property tax.
Exactly. As you said, why don't property also about your refrigerator? It's a property. They can get away with that too. After all, if you believe in free market, people are complaining about Obamacare. Government can force you to buy a product or a service that you don't want. They already did with the property tax. Let's say, for example, I have no kids to send to school. At the same time, I'm forced to pay for somebody else's education, children. So that's for me the point. And the same story with the car. So when people say, we are a free country, we used to. Let's be realistic here. We used to. The Communist Manifesto is pretty much alive and well. We have a private central bank. We have a progressive income tax that is not just applied to our income, but also applies to our life, to our properties, or what's supposed to be our properties. It's not just the house, but also, look, we're driving a car. That's pretty much the point I was trying to make. And people say, you know what, if he can afford a $150,000 car, he should be able to afford, guess what? That's a jealous prick answer or statement that I really don't think belongs to anybody who believes in freedom. Okay, that's the bottom line. Because tomorrow, the point is, if this is really your property, you should not be forced and coerced to pay every year this sort of mafia money, I want to call it. And the difference between the mafia and the government, in my opinion, this is me, of course, no you Ed talking. Mafia has much more integrity and it's much more fair. Because at the end of the day, you can shoot it out. If you don't agree with the mafia, you have the chance to shoot them, and they shoot back, and the best man wins. With the government, you can't do that. You always lose. So, yes, I think we have a better chance to deal with the mafia sometimes than with the government in general. But this is just me, Luca Zanna, talking. Anyway, Ed, anything you want to say about this beautiful car? Do you like it at least?
Oh, yeah, I like it, but what I don't like is parking it, because you have to find a spot that no one's going to door your car or scratch it, and you usually have to park way out and walk. So it's kind of a pain in the butt.
I completely understand, and if I tell you honestly, I don't even know how you can go out and park this car, because I can see that the person that normally may completely be a little jealous and not even by accident, just say, whoop, here we go. How much would it cost to do a paint job on this car?
I don't even know. I don't want to know. I put a $2,000 deductible on this car.
Okay, for just the insurance. All right, listen, guys, you're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom. This is Luca Zanna, just a different type of ambience where we record it, but the concept is always the same. If we are really free, we should own clear and free our properties. That's the bottom line. Otherwise, we are just renters. That's what we are. Don't go away. You're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom. Now it's time for a break.
He's a songwriter, a poet, a rifleman,
I'm not afraid.
and a constitutional activist.
I'm not afraid.
Italian by birth,
I'm not afraid.
American by choice. Gianluca Zanna
I'm not afraid.
and his new CD, Love, Guns, and Freedom. 16 powerful songs on one CD from the heart of a patriot. For download or to order the CD, go to www.lovegunsfreedom.com. That's www.lovegunsfreedom.com. Lyrics for your mind, music for your heart. Gianluca Zanna's new CD, Love, Guns, and Freedom.
Here we go. We are back here on the air. You're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom with Luca Zanna on K-Talks 1340 AM. That was really kind of a fun experience, honestly, broadcasting on this magic car. I tell you, it's a beautiful car. It's not just a car. It is like a piece of art, in my opinion. And I love to sometimes, find new locations. I hate to just think that this is a radio show that normally we just do it from the station, or even better, from my own home studio here. So I like to go out there and bring you different sound and different type of perspectives. Anyway, now, talking about important things. What's going on here? Guess what? The last few days before the tyrant, and I call him the tyrant, not because the other one before him was better, but this is a new level of tyranny, in my opinion. Obama has been the imperial president. The executive orders, they've been probably like the most any other president, especially to some very important topics that they're supposed to be gone through the legislation. This is not a Republican or Democrat issue. I'm not even a Republican anymore. I normally criticize Republicans as much as I can, or at least as much as they deserve. I don't like to criticize people without reason. But I tell you, Obama is being the worst president in the United States history. This is not just me talking, but for sure, I'm speaking for myself. Look at facts. Now, the thing is, what it really is disgusting of this individual, I never called him president. For me, by the way, there is an investigation from Joe Arpaio that is not just somebody, was done by a law enforcement agency, the Sheriff Department of Maricopa County, and they come out just a few days ago that, again, his birth certificate is just phony. Simple as that. And I have no apology. I'm not here like Trump that, before he has to somehow, become president, to submit and to the politically correctness and say, oh yeah, I was wrong. No, I'm completely convinced. This man, Mr. Barack Hussein Obama, Barry Soetoro, whatever the name he has, this bastard, he never had the requirement to be one of our United States presidents. That's the fact. So that's why I don't call him president. I never call him president the last 3 years. Every day I've been on the show. Now, the sad thing about this bastard, that's the right name he should get, he's trying to create very much hardship, a potential Cold War situation with Russia. Everybody already talk about it. Mainstream news on their talk radios the last few days, they talk about it, that there is this some sort alleged CIA document or documentations that we are not allowed to see, of course, because we are slaves. We just must believe what masters tell us. But Obama knows better. He knows. Okay, the same CIA that lie about the weapon of mass destruction with Iraq. And they brought us in this unlimited, infinite war, endless war in the Middle East. So we're supposed to believe Obama and the CIA that allegedly the CIA somehow was part of these elections in the United States and was one of the reasons why Trump made it. I got news for you. First of all, we need to have real evidence and proofs, not just believing anybody. I don't believe Trump if he brings me stuff like that. We want to see evidence and proofs. For sure, I don't believe Obama. For sure, I don't believe the CIA. That's number one. Number two, if really the CIA, if really Russia, Putin in this case, was behind in exposing the evilness, the corruption. I'm talking about corruption, talking about alleged crimes that's supposed to be at least investigated, but more important, prosecuted. Of Hillary Clinton and all her stuff, and the DNC, guess what? We should send a bottle of vodka to Putin with a medal. Okay? Seriously. Forget about retaliation. We should give him, we the American people, look, Putin, we send you a bottle of the best vodka we can get and a beautiful medal and maybe a bottle of whiskey from Kentucky or wherever you're from. The best whiskey just to celebrate you through helping us out to expose this evil witch. Okay? That's the bottom line. That's all I can say about that. So he said, though, now is Obama by this Sunday supposedly is kicking out, I don't know how many, 35, 40 diplomats the first day of the year. Think about irritating this. I'm glad that Putin somehow so far seems to be very smart. He knows that the canyon, the Mark 6 canyon, let me enjoy the last few days on the air, or at least on the air, or when this bastard is on the office to call him what he's supposed to be called. The Mark 6 from Kenya, the last few days is going to stay in power, abusing us, the American people. Putin knows that the days are pretty short. So he said, I'm not going to retaliate. I'm not going to do, things that normally would have been done during the Cold War. So we have a little hope. Thank God. As I said, one thing all at least with Trump, even I don't agree on many things, but one thing I think is doing good is bringing some sort of a decent relationship that we were already close to World War III with Russia. Right there would be worth it. Right there. Obama, Mr. Nobel Prize, all he's been doing is creating scenarios of World War III, following exactly the orders of his puppeteers, the globalists, the destabilization of the Middle East. I don't need to remind you history. Libya, Syria. ISIS funded by this bastard and this administration and the CIA. Come on, guys, wake up. Okay? So that's the bottom line. I want to say, thank God we have a chance. Now, unfortunately, the bastard in office, Mr. Obama, and by the way, if you're a Democrat, you still have, ham on your eyes. I don't care you get offended. Change channel and grow up some balls. Okay? Go find your safe space. I couldn't care less. That's the bottom line. This guy is evil. You Democrats should be understanding that more than everybody else. When you were, try to expose Bush for his illegal wars, I was with you as a Republican, and I don't see you now. As a Democrat, you've been silent pretty much, kissing his ass, his canyon ass. That's what you've been doing. So shame on you for being silent, at least for the people who've been silent. Some of you, they may also have been spoken. Like, for example, I have a lot of respect for Democrat Ronald O'Donnell, okay? That's another type of Democrat, in my opinion. But anyway, regardless. So this guy, Mr. Obama, not only, of course, is creating the drama with Russia, but now also he decided that he wants to designate, without any type of legislation approval, just with the power of the ink of the pen that we taxpayers, we are providing him, on the chair that is putting his sorry African ass from Kenya. And I have nothing against Kenya and Africa, by the way. Sorry that this guy has been lying. He was born in Kenya. That's why. Don't think, oh, you must be a racist. No, I'm not racist. I'm just to remind you, in fact, this guy, he was from Kenya. He's from Kenya. Was born in Kenya. His father's from Kenya. Simple as that. So, he's a Kenyan. Anyway, the point is sign executive order to give, out of the blue, 1.35 million, 1.335 millions 1.31, my God, my brain is getting fuzzy. Anyway, almost 1.5 million acres of the area of youth in the Four Corners region. Anyway, the point is, if you understand that what he's doing is just fascistic, Also, the president announced a 300,000 acre gold bottle national monument outside Las Vegas. They will protect an ecological fragile area. They include rock art, artifacts, and fossils. This is nothing to do about ecology, nothing to do about the history. This is about them, these bastards, taking over public land, completely removing it from the due process. No president should have ever and never had that type of power to do that. The land's supposed to be owned by the states. And more important, that is all part of Agenda 21 to completely get us, we the people, out of the nature, out of this environment. If you're really concerned so much about the environment, Mr. Obama, or preserving nature, start to stop the spraying out of the crap out of us. They've been spraying non-stop chemical assault all over the U.S. the last few weeks. called also geoengineering, weather modification, chemtrails, whatever you want to call it. People being sick, they've been lying at the hospitals with the strange, very mysterious, and more important, so dangerously, serious respiratory problems. Never happened like that in a long, long time. People say, oh, it's a flu season. You didn't get the flu shot. Idiots. It don't need to do with the flu shots. By the way, yes, it has to do with the flu shot. Many people I know that had the flu shots, they got even worse. People have been sick to die. Seriously. The point is, whatever comes from the sky, you're going to breathe it. And these planes, they're not just, farting, let's say, hot air. This is not just residual vapor trail. You know that, idiots, even if you don't want to admit it, because you are too coward to admit it, because after you admit it, you will have to do something. You know that planes do not cross each other all day long and create grids all day long over your head for no reason. Every time an airplane goes in the air must be a reason. Jet fuel is very expensive, believe it or not. So they don't Delta Airlines don't start to just cross each other for fun. Okay, guys? Wake up. They're killing us. Simple as that. You may laugh at me. I don't care. I'm not here to be popular. I'm not here to be friends, to have friends. I'm here to tell you the truth. At least what I think is the truth according to my own research. So Obama and all these politicians, they try to, we need to save the environment. Let's do public land. 1.3 million acres taken away from public access for people that we're supposed to enjoy the land. Okay? Somebody's already complaining, is calling. Anyway, let me take a break. In this world where everything seems to be going sideways, when you need things set straight, Zanna Coffee Straight Shot Espresso. Start your day with a bang. The best organic and GMO-free coffee beans from around the world to amplify your senses and enhance love for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Zanna Coffee brings you happiness in every cup. Fair trade, certified, sustainable, organic coffee. That means we do not use slaves. Free Zanna songs with every coffee bag. Find Zanna Coffee at www.zannacoffee.com www.zannacoffee.com. Don't be cheap, you deserve the best. Get Zanna Coffee at www.zannacoffee.com. Okay, we are back. That was, by the way, I invite callers on the air. I have a line on Skype that I will give you. If you have, just to email me, zanna@zanna.us. Go to lovegunsfreedom.com. You find my email. And if you want to be on the air, you are welcome, especially if you disagree. Seriously, all I ask you is two things. One is enough. I told you even before with my other guest from Tucson. Use language that is FCC compliant. That's it. And then, of course, the second one I said, and no big deal, if you mention somebody that is involved, that is not on the air, I have the duty, in my opinion, even nobody telling me to do, but I have the duty to bring him on the air too, in a separate situation, to at least have a chance to defend himself or whatever, just to say his opinion, okay? But beside that, you're welcome, seriously. On the show, everybody's welcome. All I ask you to be civil. You don't like me? That's fine. I love that, seriously. If you don't like me, if you're a Democrat, you're an Obamanoid, you're a zombie that you still have, ham on your eyes, that's great. I just use you for entertainment purposes because I'm not here trying to tell you I'm going to change your mind. No way. I'm not Jesus Christ. I don't make miracles, but I can have you as a freedom of speech. We don't need to bash each other with sticks or things like that. I'm a civil person. I expect civility from you. I love you as a human being. Even I cannot tolerate you as a person who somehow is part of the problem. I'm telling you, seriously. If you still support Obama, you are part of the griefs that this nation is facing. And people say, "Oh, are you crazy?" Yes, I'm not crazy. Let me tell you something. I was listening to the other day, Just Talk Radio. Single family, a father working $40,000 a year with Obamacare. You cannot qualify with Obamacare. $40,000 a year, he has to pay $10,000 out of his own pocket just for insurance. Why do you think we are so broke as a nation now? The middle class is being destroyed. Thanks to you, zombies, useless piece of garbage who voted for that fascist called Mr. Obama. I feel better. By the way, I'm going to have a nice Zanna coffee right now. Do not go away because we are ready for our numbers 2. We're going to be about guns. I have a nice caller. We will talk more about the Arizona concealed carry permit. And by the way, if you're an Obamanoid, don't get mad. I love you too. You know, at that point, honestly, you're just kind of, I don't know, I feel sorry for you. Seriously. I have a lot of Democrats that we are not on the same page with political ideas, but at least they recognize the fact that Obama was a fraud, not a Freud. And I respect you for that. That's all I can say. But if you're a Democrat who still believe Obama is a saint, you need mental help, in my opinion. And I'm not a doctor, so I'm not giving you medical advices. Do not go away. You're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom. We'll look at Zanna and ready for our number 2. Ciao.